Morning, everyone. Let's have a look at how to play this game. Okay, so I'm starting a new series with little small tutorials with just small things you can do after you have installed the game. Okay. Now I do have other nations, but I do not have any tanks on Germany, Japan, and China. Okay, probably Poland would have to we would have to check. Yeah, Poland as well. So what I'm trying to do is figure out one of these two nations and start fresh. Okay, just like you would 50 TP, 60 TP, and then for the German tanks, we would be aiming for either the Grille or the Mouse. Okay, we could go E100 Leopard 1. Okay, so we'll start with the Germany, and we will go on to this line, Panzer 2, Panzer 3, and then 3J, and then we'll go up here and we'll go all the way to the mount. We'll get a Tiger P and so forth. Okay, so that seems like a good line to grind. Okay, so first thing to do is to buy our first tank, which basically is right here. Okay, now we don't want to spend 600 gold on the crew, so we will get 75%. It will still cost 60,000 credits, but hey, it's not gold, which by the way, gold in this game is real money, so you can go and purchase that using your credit card. Not too expensive, but anything you don't want to spend in the game is real money, right? Okay, so first of all, let's look at the interface just a little bit in depth, and then we'll look at all the modules that we can buy and mount on our vehicle, right? So this is the crew. We have bought the crew. As you can see, is 75%, and you might be wondering, wait a minute, why is this 75% and all the other half 83? Well, this is because the first one is the command. All right, so first one is the commander, and here we go. Now, of course, if you have a crew and you want to change its job, you can change it right here for every type of the tank, with a penalty, of course, but it doesn't matter. You can change it. Okay, skill and perk we'll talk about later. This is coming in effect when we get to 100%. When we get there, I will explain all the perks. I'll just touch on it right now. Okay, so you have the first tab where it's telling you how many battles you fought and how much you did. So it does like an average of the battles you played. Okay, now experience. Until you get to the next percent, right? There are modes out there that will tell you up to 100% and so forth, and certain numbers, or just exactly the experience you need. But with the vanilla mode of the game, you only get this. Okay, the experience required to increase the skill 1581. It will get bigger as we advance, but for now it's just that. Okay, and we'll see how easy this is to get to 100%. Not that easy, but it's not impossible. Okay, and then we'll be at 100%. We'll change the tanks. Sometimes we won't even train them, and I'll show you how to do that. Okay, to advance quickly. The main goal is to get at least to tier 5, where the real game is starting. And we'll also see, because we haven't played low tiers in a while, we'll also see if it's true. When they said that they've changed a few things with the lower tiers, that they put more, they balanced it, okay? Because 1 to 4, it was a joke. It was like you got one-shotted by everyone else, and your vision was crap, and your, pretty much everything was bad. So and then you have experienced players playing against you at lower tiers, and you have no chance whatsoever. All right. Now, this is the service record, and it's telling you, oh, when you buy a premium vehicle, the crew is trained faster, like 50% faster, which is amazing, right? But they want you to buy this. And we'll talk about elite vehicles when we get down to modules here, okay? Here, basically. Training, right? So you can train. This will come into effect when you want to change your crew from one tank to the other, okay? It you can only work with crews within the same nation. So, for example, all the German crew will work with the German vehicles and so on. Maybe they'll change that in the future, but for now, you can pretty much change your tank, right? So here you have the light tanks, your medium tanks, your heavy tanks, your TDs, and I'm not sure why we have no SPGs here yet. Yeah, okay. So you can, but then you will get like a penalty, right? Everything is free now because we haven't got any experience, but later on you will penalize us a lot. Okay, now skills. This is what makes this game so amazing, okay? Because you have so many things that you can put in your tank to make it better, and until you do, you can see all the numbers here, for example, right? Which is the default stats of your tank, right? So for example, you will have a rate of fire, right? 24.12. Now this is only 24.12 because my crew is 75%. When it will get up to 100%, it will get from red to basic gray or white, and it will have the actual value, right? So imagine getting a 50% crew, it's going to be awful. Everything will pretty much be red. Now, you have a few skills, right? So you've got repairs, you've got concealment, firefighting, brother in arms. We will talk about those later, but just so you know at this stage that you can actually choose one of these. When you get up to 100%, you train it. It will have a progression from 1 to 100%, and then when you do that, you'll get it, and then you move on to the next one, to the next one, to the next one. Of course, as you go up, it will require more experience and more experience, so you'll have to fight more battles, get more experience that way. Okay, personal data. These two are the two I never use. Maybe people do, because if you do not want someone to be called Arnold or you want to name it Andreas, okay, you can replace the personal data. Sometimes you will do it for free, sometimes you will ask for money. Dietel sounds great, so now my guy is whatever I want. Maybe I don't like his face, I can replace his face as well, and so forth and so forth. Okay, but this is I never look at these guys anyway, so I look at the skills and so forth, and then you will have special ones, right? Non-historical elements. So like tomato head, and then I've unlocked these, for example, right? So I can apply this one, and it will look like that. And now these two I've got from some missions. This is from an event. I have 2 tomato heads, and yes, you can make your commander look like a tomato head, right? But let's leave it like that. But this is all about the crew, right? The main skill here, or the main page here, is the skills page. Okay, we will talk. There are 2 things to remember. There are skills and perks. Perks are only come into effect when you get to 100%, and then skills are just giving you values based on the progression you make. Okay, so you gain some advantage even with 0% on that. Okay, we can touch on that later, but only when you train this. For example, concealment, your concealment goes up by a small value, and once you go to 1%, 5%, 10%, and so on, it will increase by time as well. Okay, and this is coming along. Now you'll also see that, for example, this tank has 3 crew members. There are some tanks with 5 or 6, right? Now because this only has 3, you need certain things. So you need your commander, you need your gunner, you need your radio operator, you need your driver, and then you need your loader, right? So you have all of those positions. Okay, that's like 6 positions. The less, so as you can see, there are like 3 instead of 6, right? For example, so this guy is doing 3 other things, which sucks in a bit, because you cannot train 3 or 4 skills at a time, let's say like that. Okay, so that's about the crew, right? Now here you have your settings where you can change things. This is my personal page where it tells me, you know, that I have a premium account for 60 days almost, and this will give you extra money, extra experience, and so forth. So if you can afford it, go buy it. If not, try and play for free, but it's gonna be awful, which it was. And when this expires, we'll have to think about buying again or not. Now badges, you will see that next to your name in battle, some people have a small badge which you can basically unlock here. Okay, we don't have any yet, but we're working on it. We'll have to see what they want, and we'll do that. Okay, now personal reserves is a little bit of a bonus thing that they've added. So for example, for an hour or 2 hours sometimes you will get some bonuses, right? So if I apply this bonus, I will get experience earned in battle plus 100%. So it will basically double my experience, right? This one would, so they basically enhance your experience, your money, your crew experience, and so forth, right? So we only have one. It tells me here that I have 59 minutes left, and so forth, right? Now this is times 3 bonus. We will get those at the end. It only applies, and you can apply it to any battles you want along the day, throughout the day, and it's only applicable when you win the battle. Okay, and we'll do that in 1 or 2 battles later on. And then the reserve stock is only tied on to a premium account. 10% of everything you make in the battle goes into a vault, and some, you know, every 7 days or something, they will release that money to you. In fact, I just got like 450,000 this morning, and there we go. Yeah, you get the money. If you don't like certain maps, you can block them. So for example, if I don't want to see Himmeldorf, for example, no, I can just exclude it on here, and that will be, I'll never see it again, you know. I cannot replace it. Yep, but can I just take it off now? No, I don't think I can. Mm -hmm. Well, in 4 hours. Let's see if, oh, there you go. No, apparently I cannot. Okay, so I've excluded Himmeldorf. I'll never see it again. Now, premium missions and standard missions, they are a new addition to the game. Okay, so you have daily missions. They want you to come in daily, do as little as, you know, a few missions, and then earn some pretty much good things, right? So I have completed missions 12 out of 45, and then with the standard 12 out of 45, and I think every month they roll out again, right? So be amongst the top 7 and you'll get this close to 1000 damage, and it's cumulative, and you get this, and you get the idea, right? And we'll talk about missions later. Now again, then you have the premium shop where you can go buy things for money, and this is going to show you your daily missions, right? And what else do we have? Oh, we have here. So if you want to create a platoon and basically play with friends, right? Create a platoon. It's only 3 players maximum. Now they've added this for the Road to Berlin, which is another special type of game. The types of game you can play show up here, right? So you can play, and this is the most played mode of the game, right? This is the most played game, random battle, where you have a 15 versus 15. We'll get into that later, but you get 15 of our tanks, 15 of their tanks, and you're battling with each other. You have two bases which you can pretty much take over. It's like a capture the flag thing, where you can take over their cap circle is called, and if you stay in there for a certain while, depending on the type of the game, you will win. Or when you kill everyone else, all the 15 other tanks, you'll win as well. Okay, ranked battle. This is only for tier 10. We'll talk about tiers in a bit. Stronghold is for the tanks. For the clans, if you join a clan, you will have like maps and stronghold battles, and you get perks on that. Special battles, yeah, championships and stuff when it gets official. But basically, and then you have team training where you go with your friends on a special map, or on a certain map, and you can learn about ammunition and tanks and sports and so on. The Road to Berlin is this new addition to the game. Go look it up. It's on their channel. Well, where you're fighting basically against AI for some pretty special things. They give you a new tank, but it's hard as hell, and you're fighting against AI, and they're pretty good. But it's a fun mode to play, right? And then Expedition Frontline. This would be in 17 days. That's another special type of game, right? But the daily thing is random battles. Okay, so that's what you want to be playing. Now, right here in the middle, you have your missions, right? So, for example, all of these are available under the missions tab right here, right? So it's the same thing. If there's an event going on, you will see it here. Battle Pass is basically this right here that you saw in the middle of the screen. Okay, and then you complete some missions and you get rewards, and you can see how many we've got, and we still have like 100 more to do, and we will get bonds. Bonds is another type of currency, and let's go explain that, right? So you can see your currencies right here, right? So you have your bonds, which are special pieces of paper basically that are given to you when you complete missions, or when you play really good games, or when you buy them for real money, but you can buy several things with them, including tanks, right? If you have enough of them, you can buy your tanks with bonds, or you can buy your equipment with bonds. We will see later on how you have directives, and you have them available for credits, or some of them will be available for bonds, right? So this is costing me 10 bonds out of the 2000 bonds that I have, right? But that's another story. So you have bonds, and then you have gold, which is real money purchased with a credit card, and you can do several things with that, right? Let's see if it's so I can buy any amount of gold, and then you can buy bundles with gold, and then you can buy tanks with gold, and so forth. You can just go onto that tab, and you will see what they're asking you to do, right? And then you have in-game currency, which is, for example, this is silver, right? This is silver, and you can exchange gold for silver as well. Of course, why wouldn't you spend money in this game? And you have your free experience. Now, you have two types of experience, right? Let's get this clear. You have your tank experience, or just regular experience, which is experience you accumulate through fighting battles, and you can only use this to for this tank, for example. Now, part of this, I'm not sure exactly how much or how it works, but I'll find out. Part of this goes on to your free experience pool up here, and of course you can boost that with your personal reserves. So 300% for 1 hour. Okay, I'm not going to activate more because I'm not going to be playing much. I'm going to be playing a lot. But this is basically, you can use it for any tank, right? Now, if you are just starting out, probably this will be how your lower part of the screen will look like, right? But with only one tank, and then you can purchase your places, right? Of course, if you're running other spaces in your garage, you can purchase another slot. That's just costing money. Sometimes they'll give it to you for free, you know, if you get missions or something. But yeah, this is the way to do it. Okay, like I said, underneath the experience, you have the research. So let's go and take a look at that. Actually, before that, let's have a look at what's on the first screen as well, and then we'll go into research later. Okay, so these are all the stats of the tank that you're looking at, and they will change with the tank, of course. But you have your firepower, and then you can actually see how your stats improve when your crew improves, when your modules improve, and then your equipment improves, and services. This is pretty much in the battle. Those are modules that you can or things you can use in the battle, right? But you have things like survivability and mobility and concealment and spotting. So firepower is how hard you hit. Survivability is how much armor you basically have. Mobility is how fast you move around the battlefield. And then concealment is how well you stay hidden in bushes, or how far in between you and the tank you're looking at until they spot you or they see you. Okay, they can only shoot you theoretically when they see you. Okay, and you'll see that in the battle. If they don't see you, you're pretty much hidden, right? They can take blind shots into the abyss, and if you're lucky enough to be in their path of the shell, you'll get shot. And sometimes they'll do that. They'll know certain locations where there's usually a tank, and they'll blind shot out, and you'll get spotted or you'll get hit. But there we go. That's another story for another day. Spotting, yeah, is how far you can see your tanks, and you have a mini map in the game, and you will have some circles to help you out with that. So we'll get into that later. Okay, but that's the interface so far. Now this is the new mode that I've been talking about. You can go and check it out. Stage 1 completed. What do you mean? I'm on stage 3 now. So I've completed stage 2 as well. Why do you say anyway? Okay, but this is another story. We'll make a video about this as well. Okay, but for now, and then we have our anniversary, or their anniversary of 10 years since they got the game out, and they are doing some things, right? So we've had this Act 1, and we're going to do all 5 acts between now and October and August, I guess, where they have the anniversary. So this is going to be cool as well. Okay, in the bottom part of the screen, you can basically see all the tanks you have. Okay, with some filters, and these are the filters that I've applied, right? So these are basically all the tanks that I have. But if I apply a filter to only see, for example, German tanks, only German tanks will appear. Or if I just want to see light tanks, all of my light tanks are filtered. All tier 9s, for example, and I only have one tier 9, how many tier 8s, and so forth. Rental tanks will show up here. Battle Pass, which is another mode that we'll talk about later, right? All the times too. So I just want to see the German tanks, for example, for now. All the times two. So every day you will have a times two tank, right? And the first battle that you get with an experience, or the first victory, I shall say, will be doubled, right? And all the other ones will just be fine. Okay, so you should play smart and gain all the times two. Sometimes it will be times 3 or times 5, you know, depending on the day, in the weekends, and so forth. But basically here is where you are filtering what is shown down here. Okay. Okay, so we'll leave this for last, and here is where you can see your friend list. Okay, don't have too many friends, but still have a few. This is a referral program. When you click this, it will take you. So if you invite a friend to play the game and they do well, you'll do well as well. They'll give them um, some perks. And you know, if you're just starting up, you're looking to be invited by someone. But this has to be done in the beginning, where when you create your account, basically. Okay, so you can go through a friend and you get some perks. Okay, this is a general chat where you can just look at you know, you search certain channels and you look into them. Maybe you have like a clan channel or some friends or anything like that, and this is what everyone is typing into the general chat. So this is random things that they talk about. Sometimes they'll talk about the game, sometimes they'll talk about how frustrated they are about the last battle and so on, and they'll ask for advice. And this is a good place to start, you know, to ask things. And there will probably be someone to answer your questions, okay, unless it's not, you know, they're not really busy, or the questions are not too stupid or whatever. This is where you can compare a day to the other, or this is where you can just have like a session. Okay, I just want to see how well I'm doing in a week or in a day or whatever, and this will gather all of the experience, credits, bonds, combat XP, whatever, um, for me to see. This is like a statistics tab if you want to look at it like that. Okay, and then this is like a notification tab. Every time something happens, you get an invite, or something happens in the game when you purchase something, you repair, win a battle, lose a battle, whatever, it will show up on here with a little number on top, right? So for example, you will see that I have some member that I've gained from completing the battle pass missions, and he's waiting for me to assign him to a vehicle. I just don't know where to do it yet, so he's going to be there for a while, at least. Okay, it's a really good one, but yeah, he's going to have to wait. Okay, cool. Two more things to talk about. Uh, this is a short menu that you can read and study it later. But this is basically like a shortcut to your crew, where you can retrain your crew, you send them all to the barracks, and some books that they added later to the game, where you can pretty much give experience to your 100% crew to further enhance their skills, let's say like that. Okay, now a balance right here is you can add 2 or more tanks, up to 6, 8, whatever it is, tanks to a comparison. So if you're not sure what to get next, you can put two side by side and you look at their stats, and it's pretty cool. But we won't do it since we only have one right now. And then we'll go into the research tab, right? The research tab means this: you have your tank, and then your tank will have some modules, right? You will have some modules. Now those modules are basically, you know, a gun, a turret, a radio, an engine, and some tracks. So you can upgrade all of these aspects of your tank, right? We'll make a separate video about the blueprints, but basically, whenever you want to get a tank, you can use 2 things. You can use experience, okay? So I can research all of my modules up here, and then when I'm done with those, I can research my way towards the next tank. And you can see a little arrow pointing, like for example, if I want this gun, I need to have this gun researched, otherwise I can't do it. And this is a simple tank, but you'll have more, and then you have to go through certain modules to get to the later ones. All right, so for example, right now I just want to spend 35 of my experience. Of course, I don't have any experience on this tank, but I'm getting from my free experience pool, I am getting from that golden one, you know, to research my gun. But I'm not gonna play with the stock gun, and I'll show you why in a second. Okay, because you can actually click each of them, and it will tell you a little bit about the right. So you will have like the caliber, and then you'll have how many shells in the magazine, and the loading time, which is the rate of fire, basically, and then we get to penetration. So this is, for example, 30 to 47. It means that you will have two types of shells. One is AP, one is probably APCR, and then one will penetrate like 30 and one will penetrate 47. Okay, I talk about penetration in my other videos. Check out my tutorial videos on how to complete the tutorial mission, right? We need to make another one because they've changed a few things on there, but we'll update that later. Okay, now 11 out of 11, and dispersion. Dispersion is how crazy your shell will go whenever you shoot, right? Because you will have an aiming point, just a point on the screen, and then you'll have like a big circle around it, which with time will get smaller, and if your crew gets better, it gets smaller and so forth. But your shell basically goes anywhere within that circle, not just where you aim. Okay, so you want to get your gun and your tank and your crew more accurate. Of course, you have what is like an aiming time, firing range, and so forth, right? So 400 meters. But yeah, so I get to choose between like one gun, and also this other gun is automatic. You can see a little clip here that is showing me that I'm basically getting like a machine gun type of gun. All right, so yeah, we're gonna play one game in this tank. So we're aiming for 138 experience to get to the next tank. Of course, we could do it, but we won't. We just want to play a game. Okay. Now, when I want to do that, it says, oh, you don't have any ammunition. This will happen every time that you change a gun, right? Unless the ammunition is 100% compatible, which in some cases are, but in some cases are not. I'm talking about this ammunition. Okay. Now, of course, all of the modules that we've seen up here will show down here as well. So you can, if you don't want to go into the research tab, you can just click up here and you'll have two guns to choose from. Of course, just one, because there's nothing else to choose from. But these are like a one glance, and you've just changed the gun. You've just changed the gun. So it's basically easier, like a shortcut, right? And then you go to service and you have this window here, right? So what we want to do is, for example, let's go on to 948 and let's put some APCRs. These are what is called the gold ammunition, because previously you could only purchase it for gold in the game. Let's go back to this. But now you can get it for credits, right? Now you can tick things or untick things as you like, but I like to repair my things automatically. Otherwise, every time I play a game and I get injured in a battle or damaged, I have to come and repair it every single time. With the modules as well, right? So I like to click this resupply automatically, and then you have 3 consumables that you can use pretty much every battle, right? Now there are a lot to choose from, but what I like to do is do the large first aid kit, and you have a choice between a large and a small one, right? But the large first aid kit, well, even if it costs more, you will only use it from time to time, and it will give you like 5% more stun duration, or less duration, sorry, and 15% protection to the crew from injuries. Okay, so this is one thing that we get, and then we want a small repair kit, and then we want an automatic fire extinguisher. Okay, so I like these two to be upgraded, and the small repair kit, because we're going to use it more often, we want a cheaper one to begin with. Okay, as you can see, some things I have in my garage or in my depot. Okay, so it's not going to cost me anything. Some things I don't, and I have to purchase them every single battle, right? So we've got the ammunition, we have got the consumables, so we can click OK, right? What else is on there? Now we have some equipment that we can attach to our tank, and that's pretty much it. Exterior, and we're done. All right. Now you have some things that you already have in your depot, right? So for example, a binocular telescope and a camouflage net, which we're going to get, by the way. Binoculars extend your view range by 25% when you stay in one place. If you move, then it will get cancelled. So does the camouflage net. You get some camo value, but only when you are stationary, right? And we have a third slot, but I don't think I can, and I won't spend the money for a tier 1 tank right now. Okay, so we have these two. Also, you have what are they called? So you have like general equipment, and then you have more targeted, or this is called complex, right? Complex. Does it call it complex? It used to be called complex. Okay, so for example, pretty much these two and the toolbox, you can swap, no problem. So you will see a demount button here, you'll demount it, it's fine, it's gone, right? But with some other type of equipment, it tells you here, right? You will have to spend some gold to demount it when you want to get it to the next tank. So it's pretty cheeky, but of course they will get bound bounce to your tank, and you can only use it on that one, and you'll have to call if you're gonna switch it up to the next one. So up until tier 5 we're not even gonna bother. We will have these, probably will have a toolbox. Let's just buy a toolbox. So we go with these three, right? That's what I would yes. Anyway, you will get the toolbox for free when you complete the tutorial. You will just have to either find a weekend or a discount and get those at half price, or just grind the money. But this is 500,000 and this is what, 100,000 I think it was. Yeah. Okay, so let's play the first battle, right? This is later equipment, don't worry about those, you won't have them in the beginning, so let's not worry about them so far. So we're going to play a battle. We're going to end the first tutorial here, and then we'll talk about how to progress up to tier 5 in a future video. Okay, let's play one battle. What's in the copy right here? I know it's a lot, but for new players, then I don't think there's many people focusing on the new players. Yeah, let's get rid of this. When you hit the tab, you can actually see what map you're on and what composition the teams are with. Okay, and this is called the matchup, or the startup line, and of course you can do so many things. Okay, now I will choose to go in front, and it might be a bad idea, but we'll have a look. Okay, so usually at low tiers it's not a good idea to go in the front, but some people will. Okay, so we have a little bit of a hidden place here that we'll take, and we will try to get some early spots, but I don't think we are fast enough to get into position where they go. But there's a little crack in between these buildings. And if I can just wait here, our tank has passed, and when they'll try to go after him, probably I will get some shots. Okay, so those are our tanks that are going. The front, this guy is a bit of a, what is he? He's messing around my shots. Now this position works well if they try to go up the hill. Otherwise, you are just getting yourself in a lot of trouble. Now you can't go through there, silly. You wish, but they changed the map. Okay, so this position failed now. So what we need to do is kind of try and cross. There's a lot of tanks on their side there. What to do it? Oh, now they're getting that. Okay, I should have waited. Should have waited, of course. Looking at me, doesn't know that I have auto reloader. Yeah, you might see damage upon spotting. Yeah. So we have like a machine gun working very well. We're trying to go and spot some other tanks because we are way behind. Yep. So yeah, I was able to take more hits than before, but anyway, mean, I was in a bad spot. Probably I should have put myself against that building and try to get rid of the first guy there and then deal with the second one. But because I was so far from the building, I got myself killed. Okay, so let's see what the last guy is doing. He's getting smashed. I think we'll get a fair amount of experience and money because we did some damage and it's only tier 1. Okay, and probably I will play one or two more games at tier 1 and then I'll just move on to tier 2 and so forth. So again, we've got a lot of medals, right? Demolition experts, so maybe that's why they're playing now. Because look, I'm getting a lot of medals I wouldn't have before. Okay, I'm the first one in that. Okay, so these are every battle you will have your battle results and you can spend your time and look how you did against all the others and look 160 battles, then you have 124 battles, and the people that play in a platoon will probably have more battles and so on, you know. No, they don't. The battles, they have 400 battles. Wow. Yeah, so now as you can see I have 564 battles. I can also research the first tank and this will do one thing for me. Okay, this will turn the tank into elite and now I have a choice, right? So all I have to do is buy the next tank and we're gonna buy it. We're gonna buy it without the crew. Okay, unless there's a tank you want to keep with the crew in it, you want to purchase it without the crew. and of course we're going to move the crew from this tank to the next one, and I'll explain that in a video on how to do this. Okay, but for now we have one tank, and all we have to remember is to accelerate the crew training, because think about this. Now I've researched everything on my tank. What is the point of me gaining that experience for this tank? There's no point, right? Of course I can take this experience, turn it into free experience, but that will cost me gold. And I forgot, oh there you go, that's how you convert it, right? So you can take from any other tanks, it will cost you this, but then you'll get 117. But nowadays, ok, hai uite, mai am și eu 2 minute să termin asta și după aceea, acum mă duc eu și facem școală cu el. Okay. Okay, so as I was saying, you can get all of this experience back into free experience, but that will cost you gold. So why would you want to do that? You know, because once you get your, unless you forget, of course, and you get like hundreds and thousands. So for example, right now I only have 100,000, and it might come in handy, but it will cost me 4,000 gold as well, which is a few pounds. So yeah, I could do that at some point, and that will allow me to that will allow me to basically research a tier 9 or 10 for free almost, you know. But yeah, so that's worth it. But 4,000 is 4,000 I don't have. Okay, let's have a look. So with 5,000 gold, if I wanted to buy that, it's gonna cost me 17 pounds. Okay, so we don't want to get that, do we? We'll get that later. Okay, so yeah, I think that's pretty much the interface. If you have any questions, please ask. And if you want to see more of me, I'm pretty much streaming every single day from 6 to 10, sometimes 6 to 11 at night, where we have some fun, we learn about the games, and sometimes we will play World of Tanks, sometimes we'll play Diablo 3, sometimes we'll play StarCraft 2, sometimes we'll try a different game, you know, completely different game that just ends up taking our week because we want to finish it, and so forth. So yeah, we're having some fun, we're learning some things on the way, and if you're just a beginner that wants to, you know, either platoon with me or learn with me or even ask questions or have fun, play your own music on my stream and so forth, you're welcome to do that. Okay, so I'm gonna put all of my social media in the comments, in the description, sorry. And yeah, I'm hoping to see you there. Okay, so it's twitch.tv//ovday1. That's where you'll find me. Okay, and I hope I didn't miss anything. If I did, I am sorry, and I'll make a new video about it. And if I didn't, I hope you have a great day and enjoy this beautiful game and more videos to come. Okay, OV over and out.